This week, I've been reading about Hannah, and it's so good. And I was reading in the book of Samuel. Of course, Samuel is a prophet, very strong, powerful prophet, very strong man of God in the Old Testament. I just want to share with you a little from the first chapter of Samuel, a little about Hannah. All right, Hannah is his mama. Okay, so let's see how this all gets started. In 1 Samuel, it's going to go through here and it's going to tell you that, what I'm going to do is just kind of give you a summary, but I want you to read this for yourself. Don't just believe me because you see me on a video. Don't just believe your pastor because you see him in the pulpit. Read this word for yourself. It will come to life for you when you read it. You know, you're getting their take when they read it. You read that word for yourself because it is so good. But I wanted to share with you a couple things that I've been reading and learning and just being in awe over this word. I just love it. All right. So in 1 Samuel 1, it's talking about Elkanah. Okay. So Elkanah, he has 2 wives, which of course in that day is legal. I guess in some religions it's still legal. It's not the happening thing where I'm from. It's not okay. And you know, there's examples of everything in the Bible, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Just because it's in the Bible doesn't mean it's okay. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it is healthy. Okay. It doesn't mean it's what God prefers. All right. So Elkanah had 2 wives. There's a lot of cultural things, a lot of societal things that you're going to see in the Bible. But when you see the devotion compared to like a marriage, and compared to our relationship with God, there's no others between us and him. So there's that. Okay, Elkanah had 2 wives. Hannah had no children. And Peninnah. Now, don't sue me if I pronounce these wrong. I am not a scholar on how to say the names. Peninnah, it looks like Peninnah. So she has all the children. Peninnah, that's what we're going to call her. Okay, they went to the yearly worship. They went to do this yearly sacrifice, as was their custom. Elkanah gave portions, he being the husband, head of his household, gave portions to Peninnah and her sons and daughters. Okay, but he gave a worthy portion to Hannah because he loved her. Not because she had borne him children. He loved her, okay? And her adversary, now that's the way it words it, but I can guarantee you this is talking about Peninnah, provoked her sore to make her fret because the Lord had shut her womb. So she is picking fun at her, being ugly. All right. Year by year, her adversary provoked her every year when they did this. So she wept and she did not eat. All right. Elkanah, he asked why. Am I not better than 10 sons? He's like, don't you love me? You have me. I love you. Obviously, he's devoted to her. Anyway, and in those days, it was a big deal. These days, we've got women choosing not to have children. But in those days, it was a shame if the Lord had shut your womb. It was like everybody looked at you like, what did you do wrong? And some customs may still be this way. I wish ours were more, I wish our society was more mother related, more nurturing, more caregiving, more, our family dynamic is just so broken in the country I'm from. All right, so she ate with him. Then she was in bitterness of soul and prayed unto the Lord and wept sore. She vowed to the Lord, if you will give me a man child, she's begging God, I will give him to you. And she makes a promise, and no razor shall touch his head. Okay? She is promising to set him aside. She is promising to give him to God for the will of the Lord. Eli, the priest, sat upon a seat by the post of the temple, and he saw her mouth moving. He could of course see her emotion, but there was no sound as she spoke only in her heart. She was like mouthing the words, but she wasn't really speaking out loud. And he thought she was drugged. Okay, in this case, you know what? The priest missed it. He missed it. Where was his discernment? He missed it. But she answered him with respect. No, my Lord, I am a woman who is of a sorrowful spirit. I have not drank wine, nor strong drink, but I have poured out my heart into the Lord. You know, I am in a place of sorrow. I am crying out to God, is what she says. Now, God can turn anything into good. And, you know, any misunderstanding can be what brings the blessing. Listen to this. Eli answered, "Go in peace. And the God of Israel grant thee thy petition that you asked of him." All right. So he's like, oh, yeah, I missed that one. Okay. Yeah. God bless her with what she's asking for. All right. Hannah responded, "Let thine handmaiden find grace in thy sight." She went her way. She did eat, and she was no longer sad. Okay. Early in the morning, they worshiped and they returned to their house, and Elkanah knew Hannah, his wife. And in the Bible, that means when one knows the other, he slept with her. Okay. He knew his wife. And the Lord remembered her. The Lord remembered her. Okay. This is what we call an overnight success. Bam. She asked for it and God gave it. She conceived. She had a son. She called him Samuel. All right. Because I have asked him of the Lord. So that's what that means. That's why she named him that. She waited to go worship until the child was weaned. And to this again, I say the names of your children are very important. You're going to speak that, whatever it means. Don't just pick it because it's cute. Because whatever that means, everything has a meaning. You're speaking it over your child every time you say their name. And you're going to say their name a lot throughout your lifetime. Okay? So she waited until the child was weaned. She gave Samuel to God. She takes him to Eli the priest, and with gifts and offerings. And she did what she told God she would do. She devoted this boy to the Lord. All right. So all of this happens in the first chapter there. And I just wanted you to know that she kept her word. So if you know, we're real big about when we get ourselves in trouble. Oh, get me out of this, God, and I'll serve you forever. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll never do this again. I'll never. If you make a promise to God, you need to keep it because he will remember. And then you're in disobedience if you don't. He's serious about promises. He does not let his word go out, you know, and come back void. He is not a man that he would lie. So he would expect the same of us, that if we are a child of the King, if we are a believer, if we are a follower of Jesus, you know, he said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So don't take those things lightly when you say them. But this goes right along with the verse that says, ask and you shall receive. She asked and she believed. She poured herself out, just poured her heart out to God. He heard her, he remembered her, and he delivered. We serve that same God today. You need to know that.